Hola, mi gente bonita. Hello, my beautiful people. It's Pinche BB here again. Gracias por venir para atrás a mi canal. Thank you for coming back to my channel. So this video is going to be just a day in my life. I need to clean out the storage room. So I'm cleaning out the storage room and talking about family drama and how to try to combat family drama. And so I hope you like it. Leave me a comment on anything you might want me to go more in detail if I can.
Yeah. Con mi café in the morning, you mic for real talk. From Texas highways to mercados, in Mexico I walk morning routine vlogs. Luego a book that makes me think. Lotería pregunta y con mis friends I drink. Ándale, es pinche baby, real talk puro corazón. From the daily grind to my next destination. Family, amigos y todos los libros in between. This is my mundo, honest and raw. Come on y vean what I mean. Blogueando la aventura, sharing my punto de view. Las bien loud, the realest talks. Todos 100% true. Whether I'm winning or perdí, I keep nothing to hide. So yo, mis thoughts, this camera roll. With you, aquí for the ride. Es pinche baby, real talk, puro corazón. From my daily grind to my next destination. Family, amigos y todos los libros in between. This is my mundo, honest and raw. Come on y vean what I mean. Órale, suscríbete, let's go guys. Pinche bibi, ahí te guacho. Come on, yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so, where was I? Disculpa, es mi esposo y mi hija me estaban hablando otra vez. So, okay, what was it? Yes. So I was taking all these out, all the blankets and everything, because I use them all the time. Because I cambio mis cobijas every week. So that's what I'm gonna do. And this is all my Christmas stuff, which I want to keep it this way because I have other Christmas stuff that I need to pack up. That's in the living room and the kitchen. Es las cosas de para Navidad que necesito dejar aquí. And then I have the memory box that I want to make into scrapbooks eventually. So, but I'm going to do all this stuff that I don't use right now. I'm going to put it together. Oh, this is good for me. Okay, let me put that. And this is all my. So I want to put all the travel stuff. See, that's the dilemma for in the beginning. What do I want to put down? I think I'm going to put all the electronics. So I'm gonna have to move a little bit more stuff around because so I can get to the electronics. So okay. Para ir para atrás a lo que estaba diciendo. So yeah, no tengo una relación muy buena con mi hermano grande ahorita. Vamos a hablar de mi hermano grande primero. So my older brother, I used to hold him in a high regard, and I love him. I love him a lot. But he got the alcohol got to him. His alcoholism just really did it. He left his family. He and what's worse about it is that they had adopted, and the kids were adopted from the CPS system, and they already have trauma. So cuando lo adoptan niños del sistema que tienen trauma, so it was hard for them when he did walk out on them. So
basically, he worked out, and then my sister-in-law called me. I was here and I was calientes in beginning of 2024, and I actually was going to I was actually gonna just already do the permanent move to Aguascalientes. My two youngest daughters had followed me, and we were just doing it. But my sister-in-law calls me in the middle of January, a few days before I was gonna go back and start. It was just gonna be my husband and I go back, and we were gonna start selling everything off, closing the business and everything. But she called and she said that my brother had walked down on them, and she needed help with the kids. And my mom was living with them. Mi mamá estaba viviendo con ellos, pero ella ya no quería estar así. So le dije, no, está bueno, me quedo un año y we'll help you out. Ya sé que me va a decir, wow, ¿por qué estás poniendo todo esto de tu familia en todo este contexto? The reason is because, look, I'm gonna be making videos now, and I've showed you videos of my brothers and my niece and nephew, and that was been taking care of them. So you need some context of why I was taking care of them, and this is why, because they were going through a separation, because my brother did that, and why I don't talk to my brother, because of that. He made me do a hard decision to stay more than what I wanted to in the United States, and just start doing get my senior life set up over here. And he set me back. So did my second oldest set me back. My second oldest set me back financially, and my brother and my sister-in-law set me back time-wise. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to talk about it. I'm not gonna lie. It is hard to talk about it, because there's things that I want to say that, it may hurt them if they hear it. No quiero decir cosas que les va a doler si saben cómo de verdad siento sobre todo esto. But it is what it is, right? Yeah. Hice esa decisión. Mi hermano hizo la decisión de ya no estar con su familia, and I always help. I always help my family, because they always help me, because I was a teenage mother I was a teenage mother at first, and then I was a single mother for 10 years. So they actually helped me raise my oldest child, and I'm grateful for it, and I always paid them back. I did support them for a while, and I just never thought that he would do that. Coming from the background that we come from, I just never thought that, and the stuff that we had to endure with when we were young, because my parents separated, and my mother left us for a while, and I understand why she left us. I'm not gonna say that it's because her mom and my dad had a very volatile relationship. Mi mamá los dejó cuando estábamos niños también, pero ella no lo necesitaba porque mi papá y ella, la relación de ellos era muy, muy fea. So, I get that. But at least for me, I always said that if I would ever get married, I wouldn't want to put my family through that. Y por eso me casé a los 28, ya casi a los 30. Because I just didn't want to go through. I wanted to make sure that I want to be with the person that I was with for the rest of my life. It was going to be true. And ya sé que muchos se casan jóvenes, and you know they don't think how I thought. I thought that I was thinking the way I was thinking at that time because the way I saw my parents and some of my other family members, their marriages, how como sus matrimonios eran muy feos y siempre uno que siempre estaba con otra gente y el otro siempre o otra siempre llorando por su pareja que no quería hacer lo que necesitaba hacer para tener la relación bien. Y por eso cuando me casé a los 28, yo hice el propósito de verdad encontrar a alguien que íbamos a tratar de hacer nuestro matrimonio prosperar. And I'm not saying that my marriage was perfect. I'm just saying that I wanted to get with somebody that was willing to fight for it. When we went through hard times.
Okay, so yo creo que no grabé bien porque I'm trying to find the clip that came before this, but I don't think it recorded. What I had said and prior to the clip that coming next regarding my second oldest, I was talking about my mom first because I don't have a very good relationship with her. Um, I've tried over the years for a long time, and I also I took myself to therapy, and I tried to take her to therapy and try to do mother daughter therapy because there's a lot of things that happened when I was young that we didn't take it well. My parents didn't know how to take care of. I mean, things like that just usually get swept under the rug, and it becomes a vicious cycle for the next generation. So I like to say that I broke that cycle. Um, with the sense of what happened back then. But what the cycle that did go on was the estrangement of mother and daughter. And I say that because of my second oldest. Technically, she is my stepdaughter, but I raised her since she was 4. And so there's a lot of reasons I'm not I don't talk to my mom and I do it in the best interest for her because every time I'm around her, I can see that she gets all worked up, and then we're good in the beginning, and then we just start just being mean to each other towards the end, and I just didn't want to do it no more, and I just rather her just you know have have a beautiful senior life with my brothers and the rest of the family members on her side. So I just don't try no more. But I love her. I love her to death. I really do. I wish it would be different, but it's not. Um, and then my second oldest, technically she is my stepdaughter, and for ever since I've been raising her, she knows it wasn't my fault for what happened between her father and her mother. Her mother just um decided to have a different lifestyle. So um but it still affected her and it still affected our relationship. Because you know you want your mother to your biological mother to always be your mother to always be there for you, but when you don't have that, even though whoever tries to take over that role just to help you out, you're still not gonna want that from them, and that's why I've had a lot of female figures that could have been a mother figure for myself, but I just never let it happen because I I just feel like I only have one mother, and that's why I totally get it from her too. But at the same time, I can't keep doing what I do, bending over backwards for her all the time, just because I want her to love me like how I love her. So and we've given so much to her. I mean, we've given time, love, and money. So now we just had to cut her off and start living a different relationship with her. So we wouldn't get so caught up in her world. Let her live her own life. So here's what I'm saying.
So, I get it. Pero a la misma vez, que no chingue. Ella sabe que todo lo que hemos hecho por ella, yo digo, as, including my husband in it, everything we've done for her, it's to benefit her. And she doesn't view it that way. She tends to think very differently. And I just don't want to. I just don't want to do it no more. I just don't want to keep on trying, and she's gonna be doing the same thing all the time. So, okay, I'll give you some context. Voy a dar un poquito más de información. So, mi hija más grande, la segunda más grande, ella tuvo un loco que conoció aquí en México. Por 8 años. Ella trató de que todo saliera bien con él, pero a mí estaban jóvenes cuando se encontraron y ella quería demasiado a mí, el muchacho, ella quería que el muchacho ya fuera como un esposo para ella. Y digo eso porque ella se quería casar, ella se quería tener su propia familia con él. Porque ella estaba ya, ella quería todo. Pero la cosa es que ella no quiere hacer nada para tener todo lo que ella estaba requiriendo de él. I mean, how can you tell somebody that you want all this stuff and you're not willing to work for it? They're gonna start thinking about what they're actually doing. And plus, he's young too, so it was no brainer why he didn't go for it. Because I mean, he was young. What do you expect from somebody that young? I mean, I can't expect him to start living a married life when he's still trying to figure himself out. And I'm not saying he was right for what the shit that he did, because that motherfucker, he should have stopped. He should have stopped and thought about the repercussions of what was happening and how he was hurting not just my daughter but all of us, because we were trying too much. When we took him to the States, we actually put money back into the company so we can hand it over to them. But in the end, they didn't want anything. They didn't want anything because they weren't going to stay together. And my daughter didn't want anything because he wasn't gonna be with her, so she just threw everything out. She threw everything away, and it's not the first time she ever did this to us. But we were hoping that she had matured, but in the end, we found out that she did. So that's why I don't have a very good relationship with her. I love her, but I'm just tired of trying to give her the best advice, because she's also at the age where I know everything, you don't know nothing. I know how to live my life, you don't know. You already lived yours, and if you made your mistakes, that's you, and I'm not gonna do the same thing you did. But actually, she's doing it worse. So I don't know. But at the same time, I do encourage her to live her life and do what she needs to do just to be happy. So that's why I don't have a very good relationship with my second oldest. I love her, but I just need to focus more on what I need to do to get to the next stage of my life and have her just deal with her own life and try to make it work. And she did get with she came to Mexico supposedly to find herself and get over her last relationship that got very chaotic. But she ended up just getting into another relationship, which he's a good guy. I'm not gonna lie, the guy's a good guy. I hope they make it. And I kind of feel bad for him, because he's trying to be her savior, and then he's starting to see what the stuff that my husband and I were dealing with my second oldest. So all we're doing is wishing them the best. Okay, I think that's we done with this. Yeah. All right. So, see, because I don't like to record too long, so for the clips. So I'm gonna put that on the bottom. So I guess this one I'm gonna show you. This is all I used to. I have all these Christmas picture frames and pictures of our family. And we have a shirt there because that was the time my oldest left the house. That's another story. I mean, we went through some stuff with her too, and it took her about 6 years for us to stop being estranged to each other. Now we have a best relationship, and that's what I'm hoping that my second oldest and I will have. But I know because we were seeing each other too much and all that. I'm hoping that me keeping my distance from her is going to help our relationship. I'm hoping. I don't know if it's the best decision, but it's a tactic to see what happens. So I have all these. Yeah. Okay, estamos de regreso. I ate a snack and my husband get the dogs ready for a walk. Mi esposo le ayuda a poner los perros listos para que se vayan a una caminata. Cosas en la oficina, para mandar cartas. Yeah, these are just office things like paper and stuff too. pretty good. Okay, this one. Whew. When I was in my 20s, I used to do a lot of weightlifting. When I met my husband, I used to be able to carry him. I'm 5'1" and he's 6 foot. He's probably a little bit smaller now. You know how you get shorter when you get older. Yeah, but that's not the case anymore. I got married and I don't do as much as I used to. But okay, keep on doing what I'm doing. This is like a water filter for our shower here. And we were gonna put here, but we're not gonna stay for another year. I don't think we should keep it. So I'm just trying to clean out the rest of this stuff over here. Here. For the business that we have, but we did put a pause on the business that we're doing. Well, on some of the stuff actually. The restroom bags, it's a good business. I really think it will do better in the States. So when I'm more established at our forever home, I'll get that side of the business up and running again. And right now we are selling e-bikes. I sell my daughter's art too. So we're getting all that together. It's looking good. We're getting everything that I need to do. But it's looking good. Just do get tired. Okay, so we talked about my brother, why I don't talk to my older brother that much, why I don't talk to my sister-in-law anymore that much. I do talk to my nephew and niece. Well, mostly my nephew. Make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So he have a good life because I think he's about to be 17 this year. And he keeps saying that when he gets older, that when he's old enough to be on his own, to do his own decisions, that he wants to come live with us. And I always tell my husband, well, we gotta get ready for it because it might happen. So yeah. I do hope it happens. So I do hope it happens. That's why I bought a bed. Let me show you. It's over there. I bought an extra bed. Well, you can't see it, but that cardboard box over there is a queen mattress, and I have a metal bed frame that I bought just for anybody that comes visit us, and they have somewhere to sleep, and also just in case my nephew does come live with us, then he has somewhere to sleep. He can have his own room. No, that's in the future, and I shouldn't be too optimistic because he may have different plans. But hello, my love. See what happens. With my niece, I'm not too. I don't expect too much from her because her parents haven't given her the proper therapy that she needs to overcome some of the trauma she's endured in her past life, and feels bad for it, but she's way younger and not, and I feel by the time if she does come with us, it might be a little bit too late for her. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Okay, let's move the box that I can use eventually, which I probably won't be using tomorrow because I have to clean the living room. Well, I don't have a lot of stuff in the living room, but I just want to put up all my artsy stuff, so I won't have it in the living room. Okay. Alright. It's looking good. I'm not gonna dust anything. I'm just gonna start putting stuff where it needs to go. So. It's like I have this stuff I actually need to go through thoroughly, and I'm not right now, but I did make room for it, and I'll do it in a few weeks. One thing I hate about storage rooms, it gets so dusty. So this stuff right here is I think I'm put all this stuff in that black box. This stuff right here. I had paint, so I was gonna paint the house, most of the house, but now I'm not because I'm not singing. So this we use. So everything that we use a lot, and this I'm just gonna keep it right here for me a while until I can throw it away properly. This is our bug screen. Es para los insectos, para poner en frente de las puertas. Because man, you do get there's a lot of flies and crickets. I don't mind the crickets, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mind the crickets, but I do mind the flies. Cuando me vine con muchos vacuum seal bags. They work wonders. And I know, don't look at this, how I'm putting it all back, but I just wanted I just keep bags, same bags, so when I need them, I have them. That bag, this bag right here, the stuff that I was selling. The one that works, like, I will sell it eventually. I just leave it there, so yeah. I don't know, wait, sorry. this here. I want to put my bathroom stuff. Since I didn't get to sell all the bathroom things for the business that I have, I'm just going to keep all this stuff and use it in my house. I'm going to put a pause on all that. I'm actually thinking of sending some influencers some of these bags to try them out, see how they like them. And it gives me more of a market test to do. You know, hopefully it goes well. Yes. If it goes well, who to market to, which I have an idea, but at the same time we did run out of money to put more money into the business, and I'm not going to use my housing money because that would be idiotic of me, and I won't have money to live on. Well, we're getting stable again. Okay, I'm almost done. Just going through everything here. Put up. Bags in my room actually. So it's a little chaotic, but it's more organized, say true. This is my room. Here. Pictures right there for me, wow. Missy Cujo, baby. He's a very curious boy. He loves to know what we're doing all the time. Es bien curioso, le gusta saber todo lo que estamos haciendo y por qué lo estamos haciendo. En unas veces me hallo explicándole como si fuera un humano. Yeah, I sometimes find myself explaining to him what we're doing, like he's a real human, and yeah, and he listens. I mean, the thing is that he listens. So yeah. Y la otra cosa que quería hablar sobre es, okay, es que cuando nos casamos en familias que tenemos diferencias y queremos que todo esté bien, ¿no? You know, when we marry, we usually marry into families that we have different point of views, and we want to always be able to talk to them and you know, try to live a good peaceful life with them, because you know, you're marrying one of their kids, and sometimes that kid is the most valuable one that they is the most that they cherish. So it makes it hard for especially parents to love the person that they're with, because they feel like they're taking away that love that they had from their child or their cousin or brother away from them, which is not the case, you know? And then we just gotta say it's hard to. Sometimes the family you get the person that you chose comes from a very toxic family. I'm not saying my family's perfect, but having brothers that mostly care about themselves made it kind of easy for my husband. When I got with him, I actually told him she's very mean. She demands too much. But my husband didn't run away, so I guess he liked it. So sometimes you gotta deal with those family members that, you know, they try to put a wedge between your marriage, and they really don't do it much when you're dating the person, because they think that you're not gonna stay with them long, or they're not gonna stay with you long. And then come find out they do, and now they got a bigger problem with you because now you changed the person for good or bad. And that's the situation my oldest daughter's going through. And I feel for her. And I do give her a lot of advice just so she won't fight with her husband, because he's a good man and she's a good woman, and the rest, well, we have those families. Don't mean that it can't change, and we are hoping that her situation changes with them for the better. But you always got to remember that it's tough to deal with family. You always have to be on your tiptoes. Just so one person won't get offended or won't feel bad. You know, just won't get offended and then get mad and retaliate. But then there's those times where you just gotta speak up for yourself, and you gotta let them know the ground rules on your boundaries and what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to do for them, and just to keep the respect between each other, because when the respect. My husband and I, when we got together, we had a lot of problems because of that. Because families, they wouldn't behave. They caused a lot of turmoil, especially on how we should bring up our kids. And when some of them were barely having kids or didn't even have any kids, they were trying to tell us how to raise kids, and they didn't even go take parental classes. So how are you gonna tell somebody how to educate their kids, how to bring up their kids, if you don't have the education nor the experience? I get it, you can give them advice, but there's a difference in giving advice and trying to make them do what you want them to do. It causes a lot of turmoil and havoc within the family dynamics. But as a parent, especially if you're a parent, I was a parent to a 10-year-old and adopting two. Well, I say adopting because their biological mother wasn't really there for them, and I was there for them at all times. When my second oldest was starting school, or my baby was sick, I was just a girlfriend. I just was barely dating my husband, but I would get off of work just to go pick them up, to take care of them, or pick them up from school and take them over to their babysitters. And they lived across town, and Houston is a pretty big place. So coming from if people know, coming from Alding all the way to Katy, well, that's not a short drive. So, yeah, you know, when you have kids, if you're not ready to actually take care of them or co-parent, maybe you shouldn't have to say much. And I get it. But at the same time, they need to, people had to get that I wasn't going to just take it lying down. I'm not that type of person. And so that's what I've always instilled on my second oldest, is that, yeah, you can hear so much for so long, but eventually you're going to have to put them in their place. Especially if you're doing what's right, even though it don't feel what's right for you. And it's more than what you really ask for, but in the end, this is what you ask for if you entered this kind of dynamics. So when you're barely married and you have toxic in-laws on both sides, just keep it very open communication with your partner, with your children. Know what they're doing. Don't let them take too much advice from others until they know your side, because then they will cause a lot of trauma, mental trauma, and it makes them hard for them to maneuver through life, because sometimes they think that they're always right, or sometimes they're always going to be questioning stuff, or sometimes they're going to be too fearful, or sometimes it can be a problem being an overachiever too, because you become an overachiever, or you do too much, you feel neglected. And then if you believe that it's all you and nobody's paying attention, that you know what's best and nobody's paying attention to you, then you feel neglected. So ultimately, you're gonna feel neglected in some kind of way. So it's best for you to do what's right for you and your family. Okay, so we'll come back to show you the rest of this stuff. See if I pretty neat. I think it's so, mi gente, this is how it came out. It's more organized. Everything that we use on a daily, I have it out in the open. That black box, I'm gonna put it on top of that stuff over there, but I need to pack up some stuff in the living room, and after I do that, I'll put the black box on top. And that used to be a computer chair, but mi esposo estaba sentando en esa silla de computadora, and it just broke on him, the back part. So we just kept that as store, and we do use it. So si la usamos o no la vamos a tirar. En esa carriola es para mi perra, y ya tengo todo montado ahí arriba. Todo lo que no estamos usando ahorita, eventualmente lo voy a usar otra vez, pero Promete que estamos viendo aquí, no. So that's how it looks. Whoa, that was my fingers. En este es el escritorio de mi esposo. Yeah, I'm gonna clean it tomorrow. Tomorrow's cleaning day. Mañana es el día de limpieza. So, voy a limpiar su escritorio y ponerlo bien. Pero, nomás les quería decir que les dije todas estas cosas de que me ha pasado en mi vida y porque no estoy bien con una de mis familiares y las cosas de matrimonio. Entonces, nomás para que sepan que no están solos y si están pasando por eso. And always know that you have somebody to talk to, even if it's a stranger like me. Send me a message. I'll gladly listen, just as long as you're being heard. Y todo lo que está pasando con mis paisanos en los Estados Unidos and with everybody that's what's happening in the U.S. I just heard about the other homicide that ICE did, and keep on fighting. I feel bad that I'm not over there, but it's not. Yeah, I did leave because of the political climate towards the end of me being there. That was one of the reasons. But honestly, I was already moving over here, so I feel bad that I'm not over there fighting. But I decided to move to Mexico and do the rest of my life over here, so I can have a better quality of a senior life. I'm with y'all. My heart is heavy because of that. I'm with y'all. Y'all keep on fighting. Y'all keep on fighting. Gracias mi gente bonita por ver el fin de mi video. No se les olvide comentar, darle un like, compartir y suscribirse. Thank you my beautiful people for watching to the end of my video. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Pinche BB out.